everyone, how's it going? My name is Vixie. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a flip of September, which is ridiculously late. Unforgivably so, probably. Where is September? Do I even have it? Oh yeah, I do. Okay. So I'm going to start out by saying I hated the way this turned out. I think I actually liked it no, I didn't even like it during setup because I changed it. So if you actually see the September setup video, this splash page doesn't look anything like my September setup video because I changed it. I hated the way it looked so badly. I changed it to this, thinking that I would like this better. I don't. I think this is dreadful. I hate it, in fact, but it's here now and it will now forever serve as a remander that I need to think a little bit more before I go ahead and just lay anything down. It looks dreadful. I hate it. This is a foil an acetate that I foiled myself. And this is a vellum that I printed out myself. I just got this image from Canva. Initially, when I did September, I was going to do it as a pure 90s theme, but it ended up becoming all about music. And while I'm not mad about that because I am huge into 90s music, I love it. It's like it's literally my favorite decade of music. When I first sat down to do this, that's not what my intention was. I did not intend for this to become all about music. It just became all about music. But it is what it is and I can't change it now. So I decided for this page that I would have all of the #1 songs, the whole decade of the 90s. I just wanted to have I wanted to see what the #1 songs were. So on the right hand side you'll see the year here that they were #1, and then on the left hand side the number of weeks that they were at #1. Then I go into my what I'm watching, playing and reading list and my monthly task sheet. So my reading list, I actually did a lot of reading this month, and this month actually got me back into reading. So I read the Cut and Run series 1 and 2 and started number 3. I started and finished A Court of Thorns and Roses, gave it 5 out of 5, and A Court of Mist and Fury gave it 10 out of 5 because holy crap, that might be my favorite book of the entire year. It's so good. And started A Court of Wings and Ruin. And I listened to Liar by Fiona Cole on Spotify. It's an audiobook and it's smart basically. So just keep that in mind. If you go looking for it on Spotify and you want to listen to it, make sure you've got your headphones in or your AirPods or something, because that is not something that you really probably want other people to listen to while you're listening to it. The monthly task sheet, I didn't get too much. I didn't get too much done off that, but I mean, some months are like that, I suppose. I did get rid of all the ghosts and bots actually, which made me really happy. And I've been keeping on top of that, except for this month. I'm in November at the moment as I'm filming this. So I haven't kept on top of it for November, but that's only because I was asked to show you how you'd go through your list and find the ghosts followers so that you can delete them. So I needed to leave them so I can go through and with the video and show you how to find them. Then we move into my mood tracker. I fell off in the last part of the month doing this. I'm really not sure why, actually. I think I just didn't, because I had such a good month, the good end of the month, I just didn't really think about tracking it, I guess. Then we move into what were blank pages, but I filled them with prints because how could I not? He's such an icon, and he was one of my all-time favorites for a very long period of time, like a very, very, very long period of time. And these are 2 of my favorite pictures, so I had to put them in. Then we move into my calendars. This is my event calendar, and this is a printable from Printable Kate. I'll have all the links in the description. So it was a fairly busy month actually for September. And then we move into my Instagram tracking calendar. My goals for the month were 600. I got to 560, but I did remove 51 bots from my followers list. So if I had not, and I removed them here on the 7th. So if I hadn't removed those 50, I would have gone over the 600, but it doesn't matter. I'm still happy and I'm glad I did it. And now it's much easier to keep on top of. Then we move into my YouTube tracking calendar. I wanted a subscriber count of 600 for this month and I got 661. So that was awesome. I actually did a lot this month filming. That's what I did all my plan with me's. I did my plan with me's in September. But I guess I didn't do any in the last week of September actually. I may have been too busy getting my shop set up possibly. I don't really remember, but yeah, I just didn't get anything done that week. Then I have my video titles checklist and my video ideas page. And then again, see, I had stickers here that I just created myself, found the images on Canva and printed them out. This checklist is from Peanuts Planner Co., I think, and I'll have the description. I'll have the link in the description from this shop. I can't remember if it's Peanuts Planner Co. or Puffin Pages Co. It's one of them, and this is the other one. Like, this is what I kind of wanted to have all through the month, and I just didn't. I just fell right off that. So this is the first week, and I was really good with my tracker, like so good with my tracker. I came back every day and filled that in, which made me really actually I felt very accomplished by doing that. This is a beautiful acetate divider that I made myself. The love symbol is Prince's symbol. And all I did was just cut this out on vinyl, and then I cut the acetate in this shape and then put the border around it. And the lyric is, if you want to play with me, you better learn the rules. And this is from the song My Name is Prince, which is on the Love Symbol album. This is another one of my favorite photos of him. The whole first week is dedicated solely to Prince because it's Prince. How could I not? He was like my favorite for so long. All right, so the first week that we get into, I absolutely hate how this turned out. I wanted to try and recreate spreads similar to how I used to do my diaries and my journals when I was a kid, and it didn't work out. So what I didn't realize at the time was that, you know, when I would come home from school, I would have all of this time to just sit and dedicate to creativity and journaling and making my diaries look amazing and whatever. And I just don't have that time as an adult. So yeah, this whole week just didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, and I really just hated it. We move into the second week. This is slightly better. This is an acetate that I foiled myself, and I chose the stars simply because of the lyric. This is a song lyric by Pearl Jam, and the song is called Black. And the lyric that I love the most is, I know you will be a star in somebody else's sky. It's like my favorite. So I thought, you know, star in somebody else's sky, stars match. So then we move into this week, and this week is basically all grunge rock, or what I thought was grunge rock. These are my favorite heavier rock bands. But interestingly, as I was going through all of this and putting it all together and I was researching, I actually came to find out that most of what I thought was just simply heavy grunge rock ended up being some type of metal, which I don't care. I love metal music anyway, but I didn't realize that that was the genre that I was listening to for the most part. So this first song is by Metallica. The song is Enter Sandman. So I have a picture of Sandman. And the lyric is, take my hand, we're off to Never Never Land. This lyric here, we're off to Never, this sticker, I want it on this side. For some reason I put it over here. I don't know. These were some of the songs that I listened to. This decorative vellum is inspired heavily from Godsmack, the song Voodoo, which is one of my all-time favorite songs by Godsmack, and Godsmack was one of my all-time favorite bands of the 90s. And so obviously this is also Voodoo. Well, I mean, it's not obvious unless you know the song, but the snake represents the lyric, when I feel the snake bite into my veins, and it's from the song Voodoo. Moving into the next week now, we have the Smashing Pumpkins, and this song here represents the song Zero. And the lyric is, my reflection, dirty mirror, there's no connection to myself. And the vellum is bullet with butterfly wings. And I screwed up the lyric, as you can plainly see if you're a Smashing Pumpkins fan. So the actual lyric says, and I still believe that I cannot be saved. And I forgot to put that in there. But I wasn't going to rip it out and redo it because I was running out of vellum at the time, and it was fine. I'm living with it. This day was represented by a kiss, and the song was Temptation, and the band was the Tea Party. They're a Canadian rock band, actually, one of my all-time favorites. They've been my favorite band for like 15 years or so. I absolutely love them. Saw them in concert. Absolutely love them. The next day is represented by Korn, Freak on a Leash, one of my all-time favorite songs. And this verse, actually, something takes a part of me, something lost and never seen. Every time I start to believe something's beeped and taken from me, I don't want to say it and get my channel like banned or something. But yeah, like that's one of my favorite verses of the whole song. So I had to put that in there. And then I fell off Saturday and Sunday. I don't know. I was busy possibly. I don't even know. I really don't know. I just didn't do anything with this day. But the song was anyway, Butterfly by Crazy Town. And that was the lyric, my favorite lyric. You're my butterfly. Then we move into the next week, and again, I have a decorative vellum here, and the splash page is Godsmack, and the song is Whatever. I'm doing the best that I can. Now go away. This was like my mantra for most of the late 90s and early 2000s until I left a very abusive relationship. But yeah, like I love this. I love the band. Godsmack was one of my favorite bands. And then we move into this week. So this week is represented, each day is represented by one of my favorite bands of the 90s, and in particular, my favorite song from that band. So this one is Sneaker Pimps, and the song is Six Underground. This one is Foo Fighters, and the song is Learn to Fly. This one is Creed. The song is My Own Prison. Then we have a decorative vellum with the lyrics to Rearview Mirror by Pearl Jam, one of my all-time favorite Pearl Jam songs, actually. Then we move in to 9 Inch Nails, Closer. Also, like, I mean, who didn't like 9 Inch Nails and Closer? Like, that was such an iconic song. And then this one is Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun. I was actually tossing up between using Black Hole Sun and Outshined, because Outshined is also one of my really top favorite songs, but I ended up choosing Black Hole Sun. And then the decorative is Pearl Jam, and the song is Jeremy. Again, Saturday and Sunday, I just fell off. But the band I chose was Bush, and the song was The Chemicals Between Us. And then we move into the next week, and of course I had to have the absolutely stunning and iconic Janet Jackson as my splash page, because I adore her, and this is from the movie Poetic Justice, which is a really good movie, actually. So this one is Savage Garden, and the song is To the Moon and Back. These are my boys, Ben and Kieran. I have like a whole backstory on them in the setup video if you're interested. This day I had chosen Janet Jackson, the song If, because it was one of my all-time favorite songs. It was such a powerfully sexual song that I think I played that on repeat constantly. It must have driven my mother crazy. Then we move into Oasis. The song is Wonderwall, and the vellum is Slash, obviously, from Guns N' Roses. Who didn't want Slash? Like, who didn't, really? I was, like, crushing on this guy big time. I don't even know why. I think it was his hair, to be honest. His hair and his hat. I don't know. And then we have Gunners on Thursday, which was November Rain. That's a picture from the video clip, November Rain. God, I remember we all, and I said this in this setup video too, like we all wanted to be her. Like she was so beautiful, walking down the aisle in this stunning little wedding dress that nobody had ever seen before. It was like this, it was super short, you know, with a massive long trail. And I remember like me and my friends were just like, you know, we're going to have a dress like that. And we're going to have like this really cool rock wedding. And then Friday was Prince. This is actually from the movie Graffiti Bridge, which is my all-time favorite Prince movie. I know it's not, you know, a widely popular movie. In fact, I think most people hated it, but it's like one of my favorite movies actually. So I don't even care. I loved it. And I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack to Graffiti Bridge is one of my favorite albums. And then I have another vellum with Prince. And then the weekend was actually good. I actually filled it in. And I wanted to use the album cover from one of my other favorite albums by Prince. It's the Come album. And then this picture here is from one of my other favorite movies of Prince, which is Under the Cherry Moon. It's a black and white movie. And this is Tricky. He's played by Jerome Benton. And this is Christopher Tracy, played by Prince. And I love this movie. I know, again, like this is not a widely popular movie. In fact, I think it was hated by most people, but I don't even care. I loved it. I loved it so much. It was I thought it was just fantastic. And then we're moving into the last week, and I really didn't do much this week, actually. In fact, I did nothing. So there we go. I didn't even fill out the rest of the week. It was just, I was busy. That's all it was. I'm pretty sure I was just busy trying to get stuff for my shop sorted out and ready and, you know, uploaded and everything. So I just didn't even bother, really. But my monthly favorites I at least got done. It was 2 books. A Court of Thorns and Roses, the first one, which I gave 5 out of 5, and then A Court of Mist and Fury, which was the second book, and I gave it 20 out of 5. I bumped it up from 10 out of 5. Because it was just so freaking good. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you read the series if you haven't read it already. Although don't expect much from the third book, but the first 2 are amazing. And then I had my Spotify playlist for the month, and of course all 90 songs, all of them that I pretty much listened to on repeat, and that were my favorite songs of the month. And then that's it. Yep, that's it. That's all I got. That's it for September. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, everybody.